Hardest muscles to grow tier list. Up first, we've got the shoulders. Shoulders are a funny one because the front delt is probably the easiest muscle to grow in the world. If you do a lot of pressing for chest, especially incline pressing, then you probably don't even need a shoulder press. Side and rears take a little bit more effort to grow, but they're still not hard. Like, all you gotta do is spam lateral raises and not skip rear delts on your back day. So I'm gonna put these in 3. Next, we've got calves. Here's the thing, you don't have bad calf genetics, you're just fucking lazy and don't train them. You should be training them like any other muscle, which means to failure twice a week and focusing on progressive overload. They're definitely not the easiest muscle in the world to grow, but they're not as hard as what you pussies make out. So I'm gonna put them in mid. Biceps. This is such an easy muscle to grow. Like, I hardly ever used to train my biceps and they just grew through compounds on back. They're also very easy and fun to train because you get a pump and you look good. Just look at most people in the gym. Hardly any of them have underdeveloped biceps, so I'm going to put them in easy. Next up, and we've got the lats. Once you actually program movements to bias the lats, they're not really a hard muscle to grow. Some of the movements are a bit boring, so I'm going to put them in mid. Chest. Chest is a very easy muscle to train. It's really fun because, again, you get a really good pump. Now, chest actually used to be a big weakness of mine because I've got like fuck chest genetics, but despite that, I just prioritized it a bit more and it came on really well. But to be honest, that's mainly because I ran a really bad bro split back in the day, and ever since changing that and training it more frequently, it came on really well despite having a chest gap. So I'm gonna put it in easy. Next, glutes. I've never done a glute exercise in my life and I've got an absolute dump truck. Like, I've even got glute striations because I'm deep into prep. Like, I've been trying to build massive legs for years and I've ended up with a glute dominant physique, so I'm gonna put this one in 3. Quads. I struggled for years to grow my quads, but that was because I used to half rep 400 kilos on a leg press. As soon as I started doing quad dominant movements like the hack squat and actually doing full range of motion, my quads blew up. The only bad thing is that they're probably the most difficult muscle to train. Going off just how much effort you've got to put into each session, I'm gonna have to put them in very difficult. Okay, traps. Building a big thick back, in my opinion, is very difficult. It's a massive weak point for a lot of people and just doing more rows doesn't seem to be enough. My biggest weak point is probably my traps and I'm having a really hard time trying to grow them. And they're also extremely boring to train, so I'm going to put them in impossible. Next, we've got hamstrings. Hamstrings are extremely boring to train and you need to train them very hard in order for them to grow. Like I said before, whenever I try and do something like an RDL or a stiff leg deadlift, I just build my glutes. So these are going in very difficult. Let me know in the comments the muscle you think is the hardest to grow.